Well, good morning and greetings, business communication students. This is Mr.D, and this is week number 2 in our business communications course, BUS88, here at Chaffey College. And this week we're going to be looking at 2 chapters. Chapter 2, which is on planning business messages, and you're going to be looking at really kind of laying the foundation of any kind of business communication that you would need to do, whether that be an email, whether that be a letter, whether that be a presentation. And then we're going to be looking at chapter 12 on business presentations, and this is kind of where you're learning what are the do's and don'ts of putting a presentation together, what are some of the best practices for doing that. And the reason I have you go into chapter 12 is your major assignment in this first module is to basically put together a PowerPoint presentation and record it as your assignment. And so you're going to be recording a business presentation. Really, it's just a presentation in general. I wouldn't necessarily call it a business presentation, but it's going to see whether or not you understand the skills that are needed and whether you understand how to build PowerPoint slides, etc. So I'll be going over that assignment in just a moment, but let me first go ahead and share my screen. And here I am on our homepage in Canvas, and I'm going to scroll down here to module number 1. Each module is 2 to 3 weeks long. Module 1 happens to be 3 weeks long, so this is week 2 in module number 1. And just to back up a little bit, last week you did your initial mandatory check-in assignment, which is really nothing more than introducing yourself, and I appreciate all of you did a great job on that. We also did a SLO pretest, which was basically just seeing what you already know about business communications. We had a quiz on chapter 1 because you were supposed to read chapter 1 and then take a quiz. And then we had your discussion post. We started that. Your discussion post was basically to make a list of the top do's and don'ts of business presentations. So basically it should be broken into really 2 lists. One list is when you present, and the other list is how you use PowerPoint slides or slides, things like that. And I think I explained it that way in the assignment. By the way, you have 3 weeks to do this assignment. So the idea here is you make an initial list, then you watch the videos and look at other students' lists, and then you refine your list so that in next week, in week 3, you actually give me a final list. And that's kind of how it goes. I should see an initial post, I should see comments on other students' lists and posts, and then I should see a final list or a final post, and that will be how I grade you, whether you have all those pieces. And by the way, they shouldn't all be on the same day. They should be over the course of the 3 weeks. So you have 1 more week to do that. You don't need to really, well, you should turn something in because you're doing that ongoing. So coming into week 2 then, you have what's called a check-in assignment. This check-in assignment, however, is questions from the textbook. And I kind of draw your attention to specific things that I think are most important for you to know. So I ask you questions about that. This is in place of class participation since we're online. And so they're only open for a week, just like you can only go to class for a week. During the week, you can only do these for 1 week and then they close. I'm very strict on that. But this is your way of checking in and saying, hey, I've come to class this week and I've answered these questions. And so that's what it is. Don't get too carried away and give me really long answers. And also don't give me too brief of an answer. You should give me at least a couple of sentences that adequately explain the answer to the question being asked. So that's how you get your full credit for that, which is it's either a credit or no credit. So make sure that you do that. That's for your check-in assignment. I did include the PowerPoint slides. They're actually the instructor version, so you do have a lot of information in there. And then you have a quiz on the 2 chapters that you're going to be reading this week, and then you're going to be continuing your discussion post, which is, again, the top 10 do's and don'ts of business presentations. And then you're going to be starting your presentation assignment. So you have 2 weeks to do this, but very, very important that you don't neglect it, because basically you're going to be putting together a PowerPoint presentation on your 4 most significant life events. So that's easy. You should be able to make that pretty easy, but you need to make multiple slides. You need to have transitions on your slides. You need to follow the 6x6 rule. You need to make sure you have a navigation slide. And you need to make sure you have good contrasting colors, not too small of a font. And these are all things that you're going to learn by reading the book and watching the videos that we provided. And then you're going to be recording that as you're going to be giving it as a presentation with a little video of you in the corner. And you can do this all in PowerPoint. And then you can record it and then you can upload it. And that's what I'm going to be grading, is the finished final presentation recorded and uploaded. And by the way, sometimes there's a little trouble uploading it, and that's fine. If you have any issues, you can email your assignment to me. But we'll be going over that. Now, there is a video, as I may have mentioned or not mentioned, in the assignment itself right here, a Zoom session that explains this assignment in detail. Now, it may have been recorded in an earlier session, so if that's the case, just ignore the dates, because your due date is next week, a week from this Sunday, which would be April 7th. That's going to be when it is due, and it actually says right there when it's due. You do not need to upload anything until then. Even though I have this week's due date in there, it doesn't mean it's not due. It doesn't mean it's due yet. It's just to get your attention so you don't put it off till the end of next week and then try and do it all. So I'm trying to get your attention early so that way you can, get started and not wait till the last minute. So here's what you need to do. The assignment is explained pretty well, and I go through it quite a bit in the video. I really explain the assignment well. So maybe just watch the video. If you have any issues with that, let me know. But it explains what I'm looking for in the assignment. It explains how I'm going to grade it and all that. But it's going to be a video. It's going to be a PowerPoint presentation that you prepare and then that you record and upload. So that's kind of a big assignment. It's worth 100 points. And it's going to take up all your time. That's why I kept it pretty minimal as far as other assignments go. Next module, Module 2, will be focused on business writing. So rather than having a video presentation, you'll be doing some business documents such as a memo, a letter, an email, etc. So that's it for this week. If you have any issues or concerns, you can try and get a hold of me. I'm available all the time, even though I teach full-time at Norco College. I will make time to meet with you if you need to. I certainly will answer your emails in a very efficient and quick manner. I'm pretty good about that. My phone is set up to get all my emails, so I get all of them from Chaffey College. But that's fine because that way it keeps me informed. And if you need anything, you can get a hold of me quickly. So anyway, have a great week, all of you. And you will see me again on another video next week going over the assignments for week number 3, which will be the end of Module 1. So keep that in mind. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the good attitude. It just seems like everybody's really moving along quickly in this class and staying on top of things. So keep up the good work, and I promise you, you'll be happy in the end with not only what you learn, but also